Before you fully dive into your elevated HQ, I wanted to go over an optional feature that I included inside of your workspace. And it's really useful when it comes to navigating long pages, especially because as you can see on our page, we have a lot of toggles. And toggles are these right here, which allow you to kind of expand information and then kind of condense it back if you don't want it open. So if you have a lot of these toggles open, it can make your page rather long. And so there's something called a synced block within Notion. And what this is, it connects multiple areas. So for example, right here, this is a synced block. And if I click this, it's going to take me back to the top. So there's a couple of pages within your elevated HQ that you're going to see sync blocks on. These pages are going to be the Start Here page, the Need Support page, the Add-ons page, as well as all 5 of your stage pages. Each of those pages that I just mentioned, they're going to have a synced block at the bottom of the page that will take you back to the top. And each page minus the add-ons page is going to have some sync blocks at the top of the page, which kind of act as a navigation. So if your page is really long or has a lot of toggles open, if you're at the top of the page, you can click and it'll take you directly to that section. So I'm going to teach you how to set that up because what happens is with Notion, it is a feature that you can add, but once you duplicate a template, that feature gets broken. So I had to kind of make the decision on whether I wanted to include it or not, but I found it to be so beneficial that I decided to go along and include it, but record a video to show you how to reset that up so that way you still can have that feature. So we'll go through that here today. So this is the Start Here page. This is one of the pages that I mentioned will have the sync blocks on the top of the page as well as the bottom. So right here, these are all of the sync blocks at the top of the page. And then of course at the bottom, you're going to have the back to the top page. So in order to delete this, all you would have to do is click this button right here to the right, and then you could press delete. And it'll get rid of that sync block. So if you choose that you don't want that, that's how you would go ahead and delete it. But let's say you want to keep this feature. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. So what we're going to do, this is already set up, but I'm going to show you how to get that set up since yours won't be. We're going to go ahead and scroll to the top. This is the very top block on our page. So in order to get the link to this block, we're going to go over here to the left. You're going to see a plus sign, and then you're going to see this kind of like waffle icon. We're going to click that, and we're going to go ahead and click copy link to block. And at the bottom, you're going to see copy block link to clipboard. So now we're going to go ahead and scroll back down to our synced block. We're going to double click so that way all of our text is selected. We're going to come over here to our add link. And right here at the top where it says page or URL, we're going to go ahead and paste that right there. And then we want to make sure that we click here where it says link to block. So that way it's automatically set. So we're going to click out of there and it'll take us right back to the top. So of course that was already set up. So you won't be able to see if that really worked or not. So we're going to go ahead and set up one that actually isn't set up. So here at the top, we have some more. As you can see, if I click here, it'll take me to framework. If I click Notion videos, it'll take me down here and it'll highlight where you synced it. So that took me to Notion videos. If I wanted to see the HQ walkthrough videos, it'll take me down there. Now I'm at the bottom, so I'm going to click back to top to take me back. And these two sections are not set up, so we're going to get that set up. So we have elevated HQ breakdown. Let's go ahead and scroll down till we find that section. Looks like it's right here. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Copy link to block. We'll scroll back to the top. We're going to double click to select all of our text. And then we are going to click on this icon. We're going to paste. And we're not going to forget link to block. And as you can see, our text went from being white to kind of like a grayed out color with a line underneath it. And that's how we know that it's successfully synced. So we'll click that. And as you can see, it took us down to that section. So we'll go back to the top. We'll do the same thing for customization. So let's find where customization is, and it looks like it's right there. Copy link to block. Select our text and add a link. And we're going to test it out, make sure that it worked, and just like that, it does. And that is how you will be able to successfully apply the URLs or the links to your link blocks. So like I mentioned, it's going to be on your Start Here page. There's going to be a synced block at the bottom of your Need Support page. There's going to be some sync blocks right here on your Need Support page. These sync blocks actually are supposed to link to the Get Started page. So when you set these up, you're going to want to go to the Get Started page, copy the link to that block, and then come here and link it. Now, since you're going to be working out of 2 pages to get that set up, let me show you a shortcut on how to do that. If you click here, your plus sign, go ahead and type in Get Started. And now you'll have your page right here and your Need Support page right there. So that way you can kind of toggle back and forth between the two. So if you're over here at Start Here, you could click right there and copy link to block. Now, one thing I want to mention is because your Start Here links are going to be the same as your Need Support links. So once you have one page set up, you could honestly just copy that entire section and paste it. So what I mean by that, let's say you get your Start Here page set up. You could come over here and select all of the text, Control C or Command C, whatever computer you have. If you have a Mac, it'll be Command C. If you have a Windows, it'll be Control C. And when you copy that, it'll go into your clipboard, and then you'll go back here to your Need Support page. And then you could just Command V on a Mac, Control V on a Windows, and that information should paste. Now, for some reason, it pasted it down here. However, it's still selected, so we'll just grab our little waffle and we'll drag it to where we want it to be. So as you can see, when we pasted it, it actually pasted one on top of each other instead of in a column. So what you'll want to do if that's the case, you'd want to create the column first. So you're going to / column, you're going to select 2 columns. Then you're going to grab your step 1. And as you can see, the blue line behind step 1 framework is only on the left side. You don't see the blue line on the right side. When I do that, you see the blue line throughout the whole thing. But when it's only on the left side, that's how you know you're going to be activating your column, and I'm just going to drag it. I'm going to grab step 2, make sure that blue line is activated only on the left side, and I'm going to drop that. Same thing with 3, then I'll do 4, and then I'll do 5. And then this side, this section right here is supposed to be on the right side. So I'll now grab that waffle, come over here, drag it and drop, drag and drop, and keep dragging and dropping until they're all over. So you only have to do that on this particular section. All of the other ones will just be one-offs. This is the only section that's duplicated. So that's kind of how you'll do that. And if you do copy and paste and the original information that you have there, which won't have links working on them, you could just go ahead and select all of those and get those deleted. Just like that. Again, I do want to mention that this is completely optional. You can choose to delete the blocks or you can choose to keep them. I would recommend keeping them just because it does make it easy to navigate when your toggles are open and your pages are longer. All right, and well, until next time.